Okay, so we're back down here in the garage. I spent a good portion of yesterday and today fabricating the wheel supports for the OSW. I slid them in a little bit, re-welded them, and put the brackets on the outside and mounted them up and in. I wrapped up the last of my actuator builds. I took care of the clevis mounts. Luckily my buddy Brian pre-drilled these. I did have to actually go through and I drilled out the plastic supports, pressed the bearings in. Everything mounted up really nice with the clevis hardware. Everything went together pretty smooth here today. I used self-tappers for the bottom. I didn't want to cut holes in the bottom to actually through bolt. I figured no need for that. Self-tappers are more than sufficient. These are super solid. I'm extremely happy with the way that this whole frame came up. I threw a level on it. Everything is still super level. Kudos to Brian, in his fab skills, and everything was precision on, due to that. Everything fits perfectly. I did make a mistake while trying to put this together. I should have waited for help, but I was getting too excited and ambitious, and I dropped one of the actuators, and I shattered the top tube. It cracked over there on the front left. Actually, front left. Not a huge deal. These tubes are more for aesthetics. As you can see, I'm holding it with my hand right now, and there's no pressure on these. They spin freely. Per Chris Murray, I might do storm drain on these instead. They're a little stronger, a little thicker diameter wall. I do like the clear look, so I'm kind of torn. I could wrap these, in duct tape in the meantime. They wouldn't look too bad if I did black duct tape. It's kind of it. I like the metal look. I think what I'm going to do is just take the mill scale off. I'm going to hit it with a DA that down, and then I think just hit this with clear coat and leave it like it is for now, with the polished aluminum, a brushed metal look, I should say. I think it's a better look. I kind of like that myself personally. If we want to paint in the future, we can, but I really love the TIG welding on this. Even the MIG came out really good. Like I said, I did a decent amount in the base. Brian did, 95% of the upper frame. I did a little bit up by the midge motor. This thing came out awesome. I am super pumped. I just have to now get my motor drivers mounted inside this cabinet. I do have the drivers right here, so I actually have to mount these to the DIN rail, get everything wired up, and get those going. So I'll probably do that possibly tomorrow. I got to work tomorrow for a couple hours. Actually, more than that. I got to work for about 4 or 5 hours. But probably in the evening, and then Sunday, probably Sunday morning, I'll come in and I'll start wiring some stuff up and give things a test run. So I'm impressed. I mean, this thing works nice. I mean, you can, as you can see, good actuation. Everything works nice and smooth, just the way it should. Not bad, just under its own weight. So I'm happy. I'm really happy. I did go with the 90 ST motors on my actuators. I did get an 80 ST for the back mount. Eventually, I'm going to do a seatbelt mount back here. So I'm pumped. I appreciate you guys kind of following along for this journey. It's been a wild ride. It's taken longer than I thought, but luckily Brian was a good motivator to help out this fab work. Brian's gonna be building another one of these as well, so I'll be helping him with the actuators and electronics part, and the gaming side of things, the OSW wheel. I'll get him all set up and configured. His skill set and my skill set really complement each other really nicely. So I can't thank Brian enough, for his help in getting this to the next phase. Would have taken me months and months longer, trying to learn welding and fabricating skills. I don't want it to be dangerous. I can tack things up, but I can't make it look pretty like he did. Complete artwork, that kind of. So, but yeah, pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited as well. I know a lot of guys out there considering doing this build. I can't wait. I really can't. Travel on this, I think I've covered this in previous videos. There is 15 inches of stroke in these. When this is sitting all the way down, this is at 64 inches to the top of the monitor, with another 14 inches to go beyond that. So you can imagine this thing goes from about 5'4" up to about 7'6". That's tall. I'm 6 foot. Brian's 6'5", so it'll be as tall as Brian when it's up. So, but at ride height, right in the middle, it'll be right around that 6 foot mark. At 64 inches. Add about 6 to that, it'll be around that 70, 71-ish, right where this will run in its normal height. I'm kind of excited. This is going to be down my shop, down PC Network guys, also home of Motion Sim Builders. You guys have been monumental in growing the groups. Can't thank the moderator team enough. I know I do that in previous videos, but thank you guys, appreciate it. Any information I can share, any knowledge, any skills, any questions, drop them below. I'll make sure to answer those. I'm going to keep documenting everything. I have tons more video I've taken on the build process. I've got video of doing the actuators. I've got video of us welding up the frame. I'm going to be cobbling more of that together, and I will do a complete video splicing all that together, highlighting probably about 30 minutes worth of building this. Then I'll do deeper dive videos into specifics on how to actually do certain things. The most time consuming part of this was the 3D printing, as I've mentioned before. Over 300 hours, north of about 340-ish, to tell you the truth. Did break a couple parts along the way. I broke an FK mount yesterday. Actually, I have it in the printer right now printing. When I was putting it in, tightening it, it spun the nut. I didn't have my finger on it, and it's Loctited, and it just popped the very edge out and cracked the end piece off. Not a big deal. It's the one over here. You can't see the video. And then I also cracked one of the bases when putting the set screw in. It was a little. It cracked just a tiny piece off, but you know what? That's the beauty of it. It's 3D printed. Make another one. You know, kind of minor. And I printed everything at 85 to 100% infill, depending on the part. All the end caps, these are all 100. You know, the couplers, those are all 100. The base plates, those are 85. Everything in the middle, those are all 100. The ball screw mounts, those are all 100. All of the mounts inside here, the clevis mounts, those are all 85 as well. You know, it's kind of it. Like I said, just an awesome machine. And as Chris Murray said, I mean, just sitting here, the thing looks awesome. It looks angry. I love it. I mean, it looks like it can hurt you. I mean, it might. I mean, hopefully it works all right. We'll see. Who knows? You know, that's why we have the e-stop button. So, but yeah, I'll be putting some weight in this, and I'll do some test runs before I actually sit my fat ass in here and kind of go, you know, take this thing through its paces. But I think within the next few days here, you know, I should have this thing kind of functional and moving on its own. I do have the Thanos board that Thanos did provide. Thank you, Thanos. I appreciate your support on this project. And I know Lin Shaw is also sending us some more parts for some testing and R&D type stuff. So I'll share the links below for the groups. I'll also share the links for Victor's plans. This is primarily Victor's design. A couple of small changes here and there on mine. I had to adjust the seat a little differently, and the same with the monitor mount. Mine's a little bit different. And as I mentioned before, everyone's final configuration will be different depending on what you're running for peripherals, monitors, triples. You know, I'm going with 49-inch single. I might go triples, you know, in the future. I just had the 49-inch. I figure I'm going to save a few bucks. I'm not going to spend an extra $1,000 right now, or actually more, $1,500 on a set of triples. I'm sure I'll get there with triples, but I'm happy with the 49. If I want that real immersive effect, I'll throw on VR. I'm a VR guy. I was an early adopter of the Oculus. I was a Kickstarter supporter way back the DK1 days, and a DK2. You know, then I had the newer versions, the CV1, and I've got the newer one down the shop right now. So, but yeah, I mean this thing's cool. I mean, how badass. So they bolt the seat down still, and the seat's kind of loose on here. Seat does slide back and forth. It does not tilt. It's a real race seat. You know, I might add a different seat at some point that actually does recline to make it a little more adjustable. But this just fits good though. I mean, if I jump up here, you see. So everything here fits good. Everything's level too, nice and level. If I come over here and I jump up, it's not terrible. You can see, like I said, I'm 6 foot. As I come over here, and I actually stand right here. I can get in the machine just fine, which is nice. And then you just kind of lean in, and you're in the rig. You know, it's that easy to get in. Because I lowered the wheel, it's got a much better feel now. I dropped that down about 2 inches. The seat does go back and forth, no problem. I'm gonna throw the shifter on it. But it's perfect for, I think, anywhere between, you know, 5'8", 6'3". You know, Brian's 6'4". You know, he fit in the machine just fine. But this thing's it feels totally solid. You know, concrete solid. I'm pumped. I can't wait to fire it up. Cannot wait. So, but yeah. So it's kind of it. So I appreciate you guys following along. Thanks. So I'm gonna fire it up soon. So appreciate it, guys.